Ladies and gentlemen, meet the brand new 2017 Land Rover Discovery. If you're from North America, you may know this as the LR4, but if you're from Europe, it's always been the Discovery. And coming up right now, thanks to the fine folks at Land Rover who flew me here to beautiful Utah, I'm going to take it off-road. Land Rover says that this has 11 inches of ground clearance, but this is important. It does have air suspension in this luxury model, which means that we can raise it an additional 2.9 inches, which is good because we're in some soft sand here, so we want as much ground clearance as we can. So under the hood, you get two engine choices. This is a 3-liter supercharged 6-cylinder, which puts out 340 horsepower and 332 pound-foot of torque. Land Rover says it will do 0 to 60 in 6.9 seconds. There's also a diesel option that's $2,000 more, and that one is 245 horsepower, 443 pound-foot of torque. It is a 3-liter, and it is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. So how does this drive off-road? Well, of course, the most important part are tires, and this car from the factory floor does not have specific off-road tires. These are all season tires that actually do a pretty good job going off-roading. If this looks similar to a Discovery Sport, well, that's on purpose. Land Rover is trying to keep the family resemblance, but this is a much more substantial car. It has 3 rows of seating. 7 people can fit relatively comfortable in this vehicle. And keep in mind that unlike the Range Rover, this car is a little bit more aerodynamic. In fact, it has a 0.33 coefficient of drag. I'm gonna just kind of drive it in the soft sand and see how it feels. So far, it's doing really well. I'm very impressed. I can modulate the throttle. I can tell actually what diff is being locked. Over here on the screen in automatic mode, we do have terrain management, but the Land Rover guys said just leave it in auto mode. And you can actually watch both the center and the rear diff as it's locking as you're driving. Land Rover will say that this vehicle will monitor the road and the tires and the wheels up to 1,000 times and then appropriate power as necessary.
So when I say go, you're going to accelerate through here. And you're going to accelerate as if you've stolen the car. Okay. You're going to accelerate hard. Okay. Okay? Through here. There. And then you're going to stop here. Okay? You ready? Go!
1,000 times a second, that's a lot of monitoring. And so basically it's painless off-roading. You don't have to do much thinking. All you have to do is make sure that the wheel is pointing in the right direction and that in the soft sand you're kind of on the throttle and not getting bogged down. Right, here comes a little bit more soft sand. Unfortunately, there have been a lot of discos that have driven through here, so it's kind of rutted out, so you don't get a great sense of what the car is doing because basically you just put the wheels in the rut and the car follows the ruts. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. Pricing starts at about $50,000 if you get the base model. This one, the luxury version with all the bells and whistles and all the cool tech, is about $64,000. There's also a special launch edition which will be a whopping $75,000, and the car will be available starting at about the end of May. Give it a little bit of power. I'm watching both diffs lock themselves because I'm probably getting a lot of wheel spin through here. Yeah, no problem. This thing is just eating this up. Yeah, heck yeah. Land Rover says they've been very thoughtful about the design of this car. Just take a look at this giant tailgate. Now, back here, of course it's under the V, there is a little special feature which is tailgate that you can sit on. It holds up to 660 pounds. And if you're in the UK, this is for changing your dirty Wellingtons. But if you're in America, it's for changing your dirty boots. Can you go fine?
You're standard height.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it came down, no wonder.
So have you been driving a little bit quicker there earlier?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so if you go over 50 miles an hour.
Really? It comes down?
It goes down to standard height because it brings down the road.
Oh.
And of course we're in high range, not low range.
So that would do it.
Yeah.
There's just something super fun about taking a vehicle that costs almost $70,000 and just kind of flogging it around the dirt and knowing that the vehicle could handle it, and that if you get stuck, you'll be okay because you've got all this technology to help you get unstuck. Land Rover thinks that the Discovery will compete with cars like the very popular Audi Q7, the Volvo XC90, and of course even the Yukon. And that's because this is a very large and comfortable 3-row crossover. And unlike the previous model, this body is made of 85% aluminum, which means that it's substantially lighter, up to 1,000 pounds lighter than the outgoing model, depending on how you configure it. As we lose the last bit of light, I have to say that I'm very impressed by this car's off-road creds. Chances are, if you're a buyer of this car, if you spend, let's say, $64,000 for this model, you're probably not going to take it off-road. But you know what? You should, because with air suspension, with terrain management, and with all the off-road goodies that this car offers, it is actually really good off-road. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course real-world reviews. And you know what? I did an everything you ever wanted to know video about this, and all you have to do is click right there to watch that, and that'll give you the nitty-gritty. See you guys next time. It's getting dark.